a very big day because we are finally decluttering my tiny master bedroom. It is so small, it is hard to move around in here. We have tried every which way of assembling our furniture in this room, trying to just make more space, and it's impossible. So we have just come to the conclusion that we just have to work with the way things are, but have less stuff. So my goal today is to declutter at least 50% of my wardrobe and the things that we keep in this bedroom, just to make it a little bit less cluttered and chaotic. I actually already started this, which you guys will see. I painted the room. It was like this awful lilac color, and the walls were so scuffed up and dirty, and there was just spots and dings and everything on the walls. So it's already looking so much brighter and better in here. I do have ideas for decorating, maybe doing like an accent wall or something on this side, but it was getting to be too much, me trying to do too much in a very short period of time. So we're going to take it one step at a time. We've painted the room, I'm going to declutter the room, and then we're also going to do a little bit of decorating. This video is sponsored by Marlow, and I'm so excited to finally open these pillows. I have been looking at this box. It's been taunting me for weeks now, waiting for this video so I could finally open them. So we're gonna open that today, and I just cannot wait to have some really nice comfy pillows. Okay, so like I said, I painted my room first. This took so much work. I was painting for days and days on end. I am so far from a professional. I'm just a mom trying to get things done while her kids are asleep. So anytime Sutton was napping, I was working on the painting. When the kids went to bed, I was working on the painting, and it took me, like I said, multiple days, but I finally got it done, and I was so happy with the way that it turned out. The color that I used was Smoky White by Bear. We have used that color all over the house. I really like it because it's a warm white, but it's not yellow at all. I do not like yellow toned whites. This white can have kind of a orangey hue to it in certain lighting, but I love it. I think it looks so good, and it really, really brightened up this room and just made it look a million times cleaner. So this is how the walls are looking since I painted them. It's just a neutral color, and I think that it's going to come across a lot brighter on camera, which is good, but it's just much cleaner and brighter looking in general, so I'm really happy with that. And then I am going to have my husband hang a couple of decorations. My friend and I went thrifting the other day looking for a very like antique looking, maybe a bronze colored full-length mirror that I could put on that wall, but we just could not find anything. So I think for now I'm just going to use some of the decor that I had in my apartment. If you guys remember that, I still have that, and I'm just going to use that just to add a little bit of like color and life to the room and make it look like we tried to decorate it. But at some point I do want to actually be like a little bit more intentional with our decor in here. But we are about to get into the decluttering. This is going to be quite a project, and I want to try and finish it before my 1-year-old wakes up from his nap. This bucket I have here to fill up with anything that I'm going to donate, and then I am also going to grab a trash bag in case there's anything that just is not in good enough shape to donate. Here is a quick little before shot of our small bedroom closet. This closet is very tiny, and it's very jam-packed full. I've tried to declutter this a couple of times on my channel, but it always ends up full of clutter again. So I honestly think that today's declutter was my biggest declutter I have ever done as far as our bedroom goes, and I can't see this closet getting so full to the brim again anytime soon because I got rid of so much stuff. But just like with any decluttering project, I'm of course emptying the entire closet out so I can see the space and I can clean it, and I can go through every single item that was in there. This is obviously my husband's stuff. I'm not going through his things today, but I am at least going to fold these few things so that it looks a little bit neater. Once the closet is fully emptied, we are going to take a quick second to talk about today's sponsor, which is Marlow. Okay, so I am coming at you guys from the future now to talk about this Marlow pillow now that I have slept with it. So I'm taking it out of its pillowcase so I can show you. Please do not mind the baby trying to play with the electrical outlet behind me. There are covers in it, so he can't get to it, but he is... Obviously, that's like the most exciting thing in the room for him right now, but this pillow is so good. And I never realized how much pillows can actually affect your sleep until I started sleeping with the Marlow pillow. It is just so comfortable. It's cooling infused, so you don't ever get too hot with this pillow. I think the number one thing for me that I like about it is that it's adjustable. I actually used to think that I preferred a plush pillow, and then I started sleeping with the Marlow pillow, and I've come to realize that I prefer a firm pillow. I'm gonna demonstrate for you guys. So you just zip if you prefer a more firm pillow, and then you unzip it if you prefer a more plush pillow. So if you actually don't know which one you prefer, which I didn't, like I said, I used to think I preferred a plush pillow just because like they're soft and squishy, but if you don't know, this is a really good option for you because you can try both and see which one feels better for you. I was having a lot of neck pain sleeping with more plush pillows, so now having this firm pillow, I feel like my neck is just so much better. This is obviously a much easier way to adjust your pillow versus some other pillows out there that come with like extra fluff that you need to stuff in the pillow or take out of the pillow if you like a more firm or a more plush pillow. So far, after a few nights with the Marlow pillow, I am a firm believer, and the founders at Marlow spent like 7 years researching sleep in order to create the perfect pillow, and it shows. So if you want to try out the Marlow pillow, just click the link in my description box to change your sleep. And if you're still on the fence, Marlow offers a 365-day free return policy, and they also have a 2-year warranty if you are unhappy with your purchase for any reason. Right now, you can bundle and save. So if you buy 2 pillows, you'll save 25%, but if you buy 4 pillows, you will save 40%. So this is a risk-free way to get some better sleep and try it out for yourself. So like I said, just click the link below if you would like to try the Marlow pillow, and thank you so much to Marlow for sponsoring this week's video. I had every single piece of clothing laying on my bed in a pile, and I was going through each piece individually, deciding if I wanted to keep it, if it was trash, or if it was something that I could donate. I had to be so honest with myself as I was going through everything about how often I'm actually wearing it, how much I enjoy wearing it, do I even feel good in it, does it even fit me anymore? And I was actually trying on a couple of the pieces, which you guys will see as I was going, to see how they made me feel and just deciding whether or not they were worth keeping and if they were worth taking up space in my home. I am trying so hard in 2023 to be more intentional about what I'm keeping in my home because we live in a very small home and we just don't have a lot of storage space, and the more stuff you have, the more mess you're able to make, the more time you have to spend cleaning up that mess. So I just want our home to be more tidy in general this year, and the only way we're going to achieve that is by getting rid of some things. Sometimes I start to feel bad about having so much stuff and feeling like I've wasted money because I'm now getting rid of it. And I actually got a comment recently telling me that if I stopped shopping so much, I wouldn't need to declutter so much, which is honestly not the case for me. I'm not a big shopper. I really don't buy myself much. The reason why I have so much clothes, once I really started to think about it, is because I've gone through 2 pregnancies in the last 5 years, and my body has changed a lot between the pregnancies and also gaining the quarantine 15. I feel like I have bounced around sizes so much. So I just have a bunch of different sizes of clothes, and that to me is a pretty valid reason to have a larger collection of clothes than I probably need. I honestly have such a hard time donating clothes because I feel like I hold so much sentimental value in things, and I'm trying to just remember that I have pictures in these outfits. They're not doing me any justice taking up space in my closet because honestly a lot of them don't fit me anymore. I have 2 kids now. Some of this was pre-baby, some of this was between having Carson and Sutton, and my body's different. Things just don't fit the way that they used to. I also don't work an office job anymore, so holding on to some of these things is silly. So I am trying to be brutal with myself about what I'm donating right now, but it's definitely hard. I am also trying to remind myself that there's probably somebody out there who would appreciate and love these things a lot more than I am just having them sit in my closet. So it's giving them another life. I hope they find a good home somewhere, and I'm proud of myself for all that I'm getting rid of right now. But now we're gonna go through my drawers as well and add to this pile, and the amount of space I'm going to get back in my closet is going to be insane. Now we're working on putting things back into the closet so I can see how much I was able to get rid of and how much space I ended up having in this space. And it felt so good when I pushed all the clothes over to one side and saw that I had most definitely decluttered at least 50% of what was in the closet. Also, when I am putting back my clothes like this, I try to put them back like color coded. I don't know why, it's just the way that I prefer to do it. So I'll put like the whites together, the blues together, reds together, so on and so forth. And I just feel like it looks a little bit more visually appealing to me, but also it's easier for me to find what I'm looking for because I just look for that section with that color. Now I'm going through a couple of the items on my bed, honestly, just to make space for me to sit down because our dresser, because we have such a small room, our dresser is so close to our bed that I can't even open the dresser drawers all the way, and I need to sit on the bed in order to get into my drawers. And now we are going through all of my drawers. My goal was to make it so that all of my clothes would either be able to be hung up or it would fit into my drawer and there would be nothing extra that didn't have a space. So first I just went through each drawer and found things that I wanted to donate, but this was not all of my clothes. I had a whole load of laundry that was in the dryer that I needed to go grab and fold before I could make all my final decisions about what I was keeping and what I was donating or throwing away. So it might not look like I'm taking out that much right now, but when I do go ahead and put in that next load of laundry, I did another deep dive into the clothes to get rid of a few more things just to make sure that everything fits and nothing was left behind. Like I said, that was not all of my clothes. I had this whole load of laundry in the dryer that I needed to fold and deal with. So I am going through all of this clothes, and as I was doing this, I was putting aside anything that I knew I could get rid of. I wasn't going to bother bringing it into my room and adding it to the mess because I knew that I wasn't going to keep it. But most of this stuff I did keep because since it was just in the dryer, that means that I do wear it the most frequently. So I wasn't going to get rid of the items that I actually wear on a normal basis. And to save my back, I try to fold at my kitchen island when it is cleared off because it's just much easier on myself than it is trying to hunch over and fold at my bed. I was talking recently in a cleaning video about how I sometimes can feel like such a perfectionist when it comes to my laundry, and I want all of my clothes to be folded in this filing method. So when you open your drawers, you can see everything that you have and you don't need to dig around. And in theory, that is great. It works great for my clothes in particular, but for my kids, it's just not working for us right now in this phase of life. They go through clothes so fast, and laundry was becoming such a daunting and difficult task because I was so focused on how perfectly lined up everything was in their drawers. So I've recently had to give up control of that and just fold their clothes as quick and easy and just get it put away as I can, instead of focusing so much on having that perfect filing method system going in their drawers. So you'll see that here I'm folding my clothes with mostly the filing method because that works for me. But if that doesn't work for you, do not feel like you need to do that just because you see everybody else doing it. It's totally okay to fold your clothes the easiest way that you can just to get the task done. It's better that they're in your drawers and put away than it is with them sitting in a laundry basket for weeks on end, because it's such a daunting task to have to organize them all perfectly and put them away. Now we are putting everything back into the drawers. So in my top drawer, I keep like athletic clothes, leggings, sleep shirts. I try to also put my sleep shorts in here. So I'm keeping like 4 categories of clothing in one drawer, just trying to be as efficient as possible. But like I said, I didn't want to have anything left behind that wouldn't fit in a drawer. So if I ran into a struggle with trying to get something in there, that meant that I needed to get rid of one more thing in order to make space for something that I actually want to keep. In my middle drawer, I keep all of my short sleeve shirts, and I mostly wear those in the summer, but occasionally in the winter I will go ahead and grab those. And then in my bottom drawer, I keep all of my shorts and my jeans and also some sweatpants. So I really only have 3 drawers that I use in our bedroom. The rest are all my husband's, and then I use half the closet. So I definitely feel like I made huge progress and that my clothing collection has shrunk considerably, and I'm so proud of myself for the work that I've been able to do on this. Now we're going to work on decluttering just the rest of the items that are in my room and clearing off my bed, clearing off all of the dressers and nightstands, just getting this room looking nice and in order so that we can start hanging up decorations. Sutton is up from his nap now, so I have to stop and go get him, but this is where we're at with the closet. So at least 50% of what was in here is now gone, so that feels amazing. I still have a few things that I need to find places for. I honestly may end up going through all of my drawers again and trying to thin out what's in there, but what I'm going to do now is get this wrapping paper downstairs in with the rest of the wrapping paper. It's been sitting in here since Christmas, and get my sheets so I can make my bed, feed the baby lunch, and then we will get back into it and clean up the rest of this mess. It is time to go ahead and make the bed, and this was just so needed because I had washed my sheets on this day. I had my bed fully taken apart. I had piles of pillows and blankets and everything in one corner of the room, and because our room is so small, it makes the room feel that much smaller, and like I have so much less space to move around when the bed is not made and everything is flung all around. So it felt really good to get this done. If you do nothing else in a day, just making your bed makes such a huge difference. I find that I feel a lot more productive and a lot more put together when my bed is made. Plus, it just feels so good to get into a made bed at the end of the day. I needed to move the donations and the trash and everything out of my room and into the hallway to make more space to move. I was just feeling so claustrophobic and like I had just no space to do anything. The majority of this pile was sweatshirts that I was putting aside for when I would put all those away together, but there were a couple of things that had gotten thrown into this pile that did not belong with the sweatshirts that I needed to get put away. But I do keep a bin underneath my bed for my sweatshirts because they're so big and bulky, and we do have a bed that is like raised up off the floor, so I'm able to use a storage bin under there, and that's just the easiest thing that works for me as far as storing my sweatshirts at this point in time. But it was very dusty, so I noticed that and I just did a quick little vacuum and then wiped it down before I opened it up and put away the sweatshirts. Here is just a quick shot of everything that I was able to declutter once I got them put into trash bags, which I could take to the donation center. I had an empty bin that I used to go ahead and grab anything that didn't belong in our bedroom that somehow made its way in there. And I just stuck all that in the bin and took it out in the other room so that I could find the homes for it when I was done with my bedroom project. Now I'm going to go ahead and wipe down our furniture. I wanted to do just a little bit of vacuuming. Our room was vacuumed already and the floors weren't too bad, but as I was taking things out of like the closet and stuff, there were just like little pieces of dust and fur and whatever else, crumbs that somehow made its way into the room. So just going around the perimeters of the room with my vacuum and sucking up any little stray particles that I find. So these are the pictures that I had hanging in our apartment, and I just dug them out. This one has seen better days. It cracked right here on the frame, so I don't know that I'm going to use this one. I'll probably just use these two, and I'm thinking that they can go next to each other on this wall, and then we're going to hang this sign that we also had in the apartment, expect good things. We're going to put that on that wall over there. And I would love so much if this window was centered so we could do something above our bed, but it's not. And we have tried our bed here, we've tried our bed there, we've tried our bed over there, we've tried our bed back here, and this is the only way that the room functions at all. So unfortunately, it is what it is, and our windows will never be centered with the bed. So there's really nothing. I just feel like if I put something over here, it's gonna look funny, and yeah, so. Here I'm just testing out where I thought I wanted these pictures to go. I originally was going to hang up all three, but one of them had a crack in the frame, so I just ended up having my husband hang up two, which was very kind of him to come home and do for me after a long day at work. I totally could have done it myself. In fact, I remember doing it myself when I was in my apartment. If you guys have been around that long, I was a single mom at the time. If you don't know my story, my husband and I separated in the end of 2019 going into 2020, and we ended up deciding to work on our family and keep us together after we were living apart for several months during the pandemic. It was a crazy time, but I'm so happy that it all worked out, because obviously now we have our sweet little Sutton and our family is together, and I just cannot imagine life any other way at this point. But that is going to be it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and this massive declutter bedroom makeover. Our room is feeling so much brighter and cleaner and just more fresh, and it's giving that peaceful and serene vibe that I was looking for when I go to bed at the end of the day. We obviously didn't increase the square footage of the room or anything like that, but somehow it feels bigger because we got rid of so many things. If you enjoy cleaning, decluttering, and small space organizing videos, then be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you again next week for another video.